Hey everybody, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. Well, it is that time of the year. It's just the best time of the year to be a sportsman here in the state of Michigan. We've got a lot of variety on this week's show, and we're going to start with a bear hunt, actually a bear hunt with hounds, and those are always a lot of fun.
That is fun, Jimmy. All sorts of stuff on this week's show. We're also going to take a look at an exciting women's shooting event, and we'll head up to the UP to show you what one school is doing to get their kids involved and excited about the outdoors.
That's right. We're also going to have a Michigan product on this week's show, so lots of good stuff. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger.
And I'm Jenny Olson, and it's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors. Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Greenstone Farm Credit Services, making recreational land ownership possible across Michigan and northeast Wisconsin. Begin your land financing journey at one of Greenstone's 37 locations or visit greenstonefcs.com. By Meijer, a destination for hunting, fishing, and camping. From bug spray and tents to GPS and gas, Meijer has nearly everything you need to take on nature and get you there. Meijer. By G5 Outdoors, makers of the Quest and Prime bows. Manufactured and designed in Memphis, Michigan, G5 offers archery bows, broadheads, and accessories. On the web at g5outdoors.com. By Country Smokehouse, offering a variety of meat products. Country Smokehouse is located 3 miles south of I-69 on M53, just south of Imlay City. Country Smokehouse is a meat processor, a butcher, and a destination for sportsmen.
Hi, I'm Jordan Brown, and we kick off this week's show with another bear hunt from the Baldwin unit, but this time we're using hounds and hunting near the Luther area.
Caryville here, just the other side of Luther, looking for bear tracks this morning for one of our hunters. We been looking for tracks and checking baits all morning long. It looks like we might have something to go check on here real quick. If not, we're going to keep on looking, and hopefully we'll get something going here for too long.
Jeff Burke was our lucky hunter who had drawn the elusive Baldwin tag, and although this wasn't his first bear hunt, it was his first time hunting exclusively behind dogs. We had no problem finding tracks on opening morning, but Jeff was hoping for a bear over 200 pounds, and the tracks we had found so far just didn't look quite big enough.
Finding a few tracks. Bubba and Eric have been subpar, I'm not impressed with them. No, they've done a good job, but we're just trying to find the big one. Found a couple small ones yet. I don't know, waiting for big old Mossy back. Hopefully we can make something happen soon.
After several hours of looking for tracks, the guys finally decided to put the dogs down on what appeared to be our best track, hoping to get a better look at the bear that made it. In the meantime, I asked Rob to tell me about what goes into a good bear dog.
We're using some blue tick hounds. I've been breeding them for almost 17, 20 years now, somewhere in there. The other guy, Master Houndsman here, he's been breeding his dogs even a little longer. Yeah, and we've bred them for the cold nose, the tracking ability. They've got to be able to follow a track until they find this bear and jump him out of his bed or wherever he's standing, and then they have to be able to have the grit, the speed, and the stamina to keep up with him all day long. When we first started this, it was hard to find dogs with those kind of qualities and abilities, but we've worked hard. We've put in our time for these dogs to have it from truck to tree. They've got to be able to do it, and every single dog in our box will do it now. I mean, we've put a lot of time in this summer on these dogs to be able to do that.
After finding where this bear had crossed a nearby road, the guys decided to pull the dogs off the track, knowing that the bear that made it wouldn't make the 200-pound mark. That would be the end of day 1. Day 2 started early, well before daybreak, looking for tracks and hoping to cut the right one.
Day 2, day dos. I don't know. Hopefully we'll be able to find something. Oh, trigger finger's getting a little itchy, but I don't know. It's just fun to hear the dogs, nonetheless. But maybe a big one will pop out of that. You never know. I had a lot more confidence this morning. I had a ton more confidence just knowing that the weather was going to be a little bit colder, knowing that we didn't have the rain and mist that we had on Saturday morning, and I just thought, you know, this could be the day that we're going to be able to get a nice bear. And it slowed down. You know, we got a couple small tracks right away, and I was kind of not bummed, but still confident we were going to be able to get something. And then we found a track. It really didn't look like the largest track at all, but as we came back to it and started putting the dogs on it, it really, you know, they crossed a couple roads and got to look at the track, and everyone, you know, just the enthusiasm in everyone's voice, they thought it was a nicer bear.
Instead of the track getting smaller, as it had done the day before, the track appeared to be getting better and better as the trail went on.
Found us a nice track this morning. Not a monster, but it's a decent one. So put the dogs down, and we'll see how they do fare out.
And these ones are actually heading out of the swamp, right?
This one's heading out of the swamp this time, up into the high ground, but one good circle, and we could be right back into belly deep water.
The dogs worked the cold trail for several miles before finally jumping the bear. Now it was time to wait for the dogs to get close enough to eventually tree it. The GPS collars on every dog made for a pretty exciting and entertaining chase, as these dogs worked this bear for over 10 miles in the same section. We were hoping that eventually the bear would cross the road so we could get a little better look at it.
We put the dogs down, and they picked away at it and picked away at it until they finally got this bear jumped and moving and got him running on his feet. Once they get him running on the feet, that's a whole different game from when they're just picking out the cold track and they're not looking at that bear. Once they decide they're looking at that bear and they catch up to him, it's a race like no other. I mean, the intensity and the excitement that goes along with it, that's what we live for. It isn't the cold trail we live for. The dogs live for the chase and the jump, and we live for the jump and the chase. So.
After laying eyes on the bear, we decided it was a shooter and anxiously waited for the dogs to catch up, which didn't take long at all.
Dogs treed, guys. All treed. Let's go. Run for it. Come on.
The dogs had done their job, running this bear nearly 15 miles before it finally treed. Now it was time to tie the dogs back and get everybody into position, with safety being the primary concern, as there's a lot more to worry about with this style of hunting than most.
When you get to the base of the tree, you're thinking, all right, you know, shooting a 100-inch deer or something, you know, my knees don't get to me too bad, but once you get to the bottom of the tree and you know that there's a bear up there, it's not only able to take me out, you know, let alone all the dogs too, fairly quickly and easily. So you just know, I kept on telling the guys I want to get a better angle on him because I knew I had to make, you know, one good shot on him.
After making sure everyone was in a safe position and getting the best possible angle for a shot, it was time for the moment we had all been waiting for.
That was intense! Bubba! Woo! That's naughty!
Dude, that's nice.
That's a nice one.
Woo! Thank you, Rob. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Whoa! Thank you, Brian. Woo!
Good job. Good job, you guys.
Woo! Good job, Jordan. Nice job. Hey. I don't know, it's hard, man. It's hard to angle. Good job. So the first part of the day yesterday on Saturday was a little discouraging. We only found some small bear tracks, and I didn't have a warm feeling in my heart about killing a real small one, so we got out here this morning and it was a little bit better. We found a couple decent tracks and we were able to come out and get a good run on this guy. He made a couple circles, juked the dogs a couple times, and then once we got the cold track, the dogs got figured out the cold track, we got on him, and it was a pretty quick chase, I'd say overall, probably 45 minutes an hour. We've seen him cross 2 times and got him in. My goal is to kill him with my 41 mag handgun there, so got underneath the tree and put a decent shot on him, I believe.
After all was said and done, it was time to celebrate, and that, as is everything these hound hunters do, was done together.
It's a group effort, it's a group thing, you know, it doesn't matter who pulls the trigger, it doesn't matter who has the tag. Everybody is just as proud and just as happy that we got the job done, and this is what we worked hard for all summer long. We've run more bear this summer than just to get to this one bear.
Whether you're a bait hunter or a hound hunter, I recommend everybody tries bear hunting both ways. There are advantages to both, but this is one hound hunt I won't soon forget, here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
More and more women across the country are getting involved in the hunting and shooting sports, and we have a group right here in Michigan that's doing their part to teach women all about the shooting sports.
A few weeks back found me at a shooting range just outside of the Holland and Zeeland area for an event that caught my attention. I wouldn't be here to follow some old guys out shooting. I was here for a group called the Well-Armed Women. The name alone was intriguing, but once I got to see these ladies shoot, well, they know their stuff, and they are really doing a great job of getting new folks comfortable with firearms.
We are Well-Armed Women. The company originally started in Arizona a little over a year ago with a blog that a woman started because she couldn't find holsters, concealment garments for women. She had went through a traumatic experience and felt like she needed to carry a gun. In January, some of us that followed her blog on a regular basis were contacted, and she said, we want to go nationwide and we want to go live. We want you hands-on teaching women the proper way that women handle guns.
Women are the fastest growing market when it comes to firearms and to hunting. And events like this and groups like this go a long way in keeping guns and gun safety a priority.
Tonight we usually spend about an hour and a half on the range working on different drills, practicing. We have everyone from beginning shooters that have never touched a gun to an advanced speed shooter that shoots competition nationally. So we have all levels, and it's women helping women.
If you have a malfunction, a failure to feed, a stovepipe, anything, put down your weapon and raise your hand and we'll come and help you. If you've had experience clearing your own malfunction, you know, the slap, rack, bang, fine. But if you're a little unsure, it's better to call a range officer over to have them clear that malfunction for you. At each series that we're going to do is going to be 6 rounds. So if you have your magazines, you should load 6 each time because we want them cleared after each round, each series, because the person next to you is going to come up and we want their gun to be the only one that's loaded at that time. You ready on the right?
Ready.
Commence fire.
Women are the largest growing demographic buying guns. We used to be in a situation where there was a policeman on every corner, or our husbands took us everywhere. We're now working first, second, and third shift. We're out on the roads alone. More women are unmarried and are alone. There's not a policeman on every corner because of the governmental cuts. We've got to learn how to take care of ourselves.
Now, even most male gun instructors would tell you that women listen better and learn faster when it comes to the shooting sports. But for these ladies to have other women to coach them along and get comfortable with firearms is a real bonus. And I was really impressed with the instructors and the sense of camaraderie at this event. The Well-Armed Women movement is nationwide and is gaining popularity, and I can see why. They have a lot of fun, learn a lot, and even practice real-world situations like this drill here, where they yell at a would-be intruder. It was fun, but also a valuable training method. With more and more families having firearms, it's important for good, solid training. And the folks that ran this event here today were top-notch.
When you're shooting one-handed, you've got to make sure that your grip is up as high as it possibly can be on the top of the gun, okay? If you've got it down here, that gun's just going to flop around. You don't want that. You want it to have it up high, okay? The other thing what you're going to want to do, I'm going to kind of demonstrate right-handed. You're not going to have your hand just kind of flop on the side. You're going to need to stabilize yourself, okay? So your stance is kind of like number 2 important. So when you're shooting right-handed, normally what you want to do is get your right foot in front and get your left hand either across your chest or across your stomach. It's going to stabilize your body. You're going to lean forward.
So if you're looking to join a shooting club, ladies, or for you men out there that would like to see your wife or daughter involved in the shooting sports, or just learn good gun safety techniques, the folks at the Well Armed Women would love to have you join a chapter. There are 7 of them in the state, and if you'd like some more information, stay tuned to the credits of the show. The more we can promote the wise use of guns, the better for all of us here in Michigan's Out of Doors. Well, anytime we here at Michigan Out of Doors hear about a public school that's using the outdoors as part of their curriculum, we want to make sure that we shine a light on that. In this next story, we're going to tag along with a school from southern Michigan that's taking a group of kids above the bridge. I heard about this trip from our friends at the Michigan Propane Gas Association. When they told me what one high school teacher was doing to promote the outdoors, well, we just had to tag along with a camera. And that it happened to be a camping trip near the Pictured Rocks area, well, that just was the frosting on the cake. It's great to see sportsmen getting kids to see the beauty of the outdoors and introducing many of them to the Upper Peninsula.
Well, my name is Josh Rose, and I'm a teacher at Lakewood High School. I teach advanced chemistry and physical science. Lakewood is in Lake Odessa, Michigan, which is about 30 minutes in between Grand Rapids and Lansing. What we do is we take 4 days out of our year, usually in the fall, and I would bring 35 high school seniors. We do a little camping trip and a little field experience in 5 areas of science. All right, guys, take a look. Now, mature trees are sometimes hard to tell by bark, but I did tell you guys yesterday a way to remember this one. Good job, Drew. It's a beech. Everybody look at beech leaves. What we do is we try to branch out and do different kinds of nature studies. And usually our hub is Grand Marais. So we stay in Grand Marais, Michigan, and we go to the Pictured Rocks one day where we do geology and limnology, and we also do stream ecology. We do a macroinvertebrate study, which is where we collect the, basically it ends up being caddisflies and mayflies, the food base for mostly fish population. We do geology right here in Pictured Rocks. We do a rock hunt. We talk about the geology of Michigan. And then we also do limnology, so we talk about the Great Lakes and how the Great Lakes freshwater system works.
Obviously, the outdoors has a lot that it can teach all of us, but what I took away from this program was just how it helps us as sportsmen and women. As kids get introduced to just what the outdoors is really all about, they will also see the importance of managing our resources and how hunters and anglers are a huge part of that process. Camping and cooking out over a fire in the UP, well, it just does something for the soul. And it's great that a high school in the south central part of our state takes the time to take kids above the bridge and witness just how much beauty our great state has to offer.
One thing that I've learned all about the sedimentary layers and stuff, that's all new stuff I never knew about. A lot of the types of trees and stuff too. That's cool.
It's interesting to learn about the Great Lakes Basin and how it was formed and
glaciers and such.
I have learned a lot of different ways to tell apart trees and different plants and about like how everything is formed. So it's not just looking at it, oh, that's so pretty, but like you can figure out like how it's there and why it's there.
Just be able to see everything. You know, you don't see everything that's out there, and just to be able to enjoy the scenery. And like, I've never really been out to this part. Like, I've only been to Lake Michigan, so just seeing all the other lakes is really cool.
I think it's important to get out and see everything because it's not always going to be here. It's been here for a long time, but even it's changed a lot. Like when we were hiking through the woods, there used to be a lot of white birches, but they all got cut down. And I think it's important to see it before it's all gone, and not everybody can see it.
And I don't think that we know as much about nature and stuff as our grandparents do, and it's a way to learn.
Because as people, we are part of nature. I think it's nice to know about it and something you can teach your kids and pass on to generations. So.
In all the years that I've been doing it, the coolest thing is when the kids come together as a cohesive group. I love the nature, I love the outdoors, I love coming to all this stuff. But to me, the real treat is to see cliques dissolve, to see the groups that kids get so focused in high school. That's what I think the outdoors does. I think that it really knocks your barriers down, and we always just have a wonderful time bonding. It really has become like a reward. I think now I just look at this opportunity as reintroducing our kids to nature. You know, if you want to have someone that protects our nature and protects our world, you got to have them see it. And I think this is a great way for these kids, to get that experience.
Thanks to the teachers and the administration at Lakewood High School for valuing the outdoors and for doing their part to get new folks to experience what our state has to offer. So whether it's a camping trip to the UP, fishing some forgotten stream, or heading to deer camp, get out and enjoy this grand old state. Well, there are all sorts of products hitting the market for sportsmen, and when we run across something that we think you might be interested in, we want to make sure we show it to you, especially when it's a Michigan manufacturer. This product was introduced to me a few weeks back, and I am sure it would be useful for many gun owners that watch our show. It's a safe and secure way to easily access your firearms.
My name is Scott Cantor, and I'm with The Rack. The Rack is a securing device to secure all of your firearms or other valuables. It comes in a 3-inch as well as a 5-inch rack. It is a Michigan-based company, and what consists of the rack basically is the rack itself and the hardware pieces, these different plates that I will explain to shortly. They come with lag bolts, and this is for installation into wood surfaces, but it can be installed in concrete and steel with other fasteners. The rest of the hardware package comes with the washers, 3 keys, and the clip and aiding in the installation and removal of the main locking post of the rack.
What caught my attention with this product was just how stable and secure it really is. With the different plates available for the rack, you can easily put on any handgun or long gun in a safe and locked position. But it's also very easy to remove them if and when they are needed. You have the ability to put more than one firearm on the rack if need be, and the supplied plates give you very fast and easy mounting options. For installation in your garage or home, you can attach the rack right to a stud in your wall and keep your firearms ready and available in case of home defense. But what is nice is that they are totally inaccessible for anyone without the supplied key. There are also mounting options available for vehicles, and these are a legal means of transportation in a vehicle. And they have some other advantages as well. By attaching a Kevlar bag, you basically have a traveling safe that you can keep your valuables in. For gun owners, this system is worth checking out. Stay tuned to the credits of the show for contact information.
Thanks for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. If you missed any part of this week's show or you'd like to see something over again, maybe check out some older episodes, you can always do that on our website. You can also check us out on our Facebook page. Jimmy, Jordan, and I are on there every couple of days letting you know what we are up to, and you can also check us out on our new Twitter page too.
That's right, lots of good stuff coming over the next several weeks. All the hunting seasons are going strong, and there's still some good fishing to be had. Actually, on next week's show, we're going to do a little salmon fishing in the river. We're also going to have a special segment with the DNR on what we as sportsmen can do to help stop the spread of Asian carp. Lots of good stuff coming over the next several weeks, so make sure you join us right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Jay's Sporting Goods with locations in Clare and Gaylord. Jay's, serving the Michigan outdoor enthusiast since 1971 with a wide variety of outdoor products. The gear, the knowledge, the tradition of Jay's, on the web at jayssportinggoods.com. By Rosie Brothers. Located in Dryden, Michigan, Rosie Brothers has been serving Michigan for over 40 years. Specializing in outdoor needs, Rosie Brothers features Kubota tractors and equipment for use in farm, home, or commercial needs. On the web at rosiebrosinc.com. By Propane, exceptional energy. Propane retailers promote the safe use of Michigan-produced gas energy in homes, farms, and businesses across our great state. Learn more at usemichiganpropane.com. By Meyer, a destination for hunting, fishing, and camping. From bug spray and tents to GPS and gas, Meyer has nearly everything you need to take on nature and get you there. Meyer. Closed captioning is brought to you by Propane, exceptional energy. Propane retailers promote the safe use of Michigan-produced gas to outdoor enthusiasts across our great state.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man.
Michigan Out of Doors Television is all about promoting and preserving the outdoor lifestyle. Join us every week right here on your local PBS station. Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy Gretzinger from Michigan Out of Doors Television, and it is that time of year again when many of our PBS stations are going into pledge. And so what we're asking you to do, the viewers of Michigan Out of Doors, is to go to your phones, call that number on the bottom of the screen, and let the folks at PBS know that you want to continue to see hunting and fishing and trapping. We here at Michigan Out of Doors are really about two things: promoting and preserving the outdoor lifestyle. And what is the outdoor lifestyle? Well, it's all things outdoors. It's hunting, it's fishing, it's camping, trucks, guns, bird dogs, all that stuff that we love as sportsmen here in the state of Michigan. We want to continue to point a camera at it. We want to continue to come into your homes every week with outdoor programming that's specific just to the state of Michigan. We're the only show on public broadcasting that highlights just the state of Michigan, and we want to continue to do that. The only way that we can is if you go to your phones and let the folks at WTVS know that you want to continue to see Michigan Out of Doors. Now, recently, WTVS took us off of Thursday nights and we're only on Saturdays. So it is even more important right now for you as sportsmen to go to your phones and say, hey, public television, the folks that run WTVS, we want to continue to see Michigan Out of Doors. There are still a ton of us here in the state of Michigan that love to hunt, that love to fish, love to trap, love the shooting sports. And so we need you as sportsmen to go to your phones and say, hey, public broadcasting, we want to continue to see Michigan Out of Doors. It's important to us, and we know it's important to you, because as we travel around this great state from the far west end of the Upper Peninsula all the way down to the Detroit River and everywhere in between, there are a ton of us that love the outdoors, that love to hunt and fish and trap and love the shooting sports. And so we want to continue to do that at Michigan Out of Doors, but the only way we can is if you go to your phones and make that pledge of support. The folks there at PBS kind of look at that really as a vote for the outdoors, a vote for outdoor programming. And so if you do your part, we'll do our part. We'll keep traveling around the state and pointing the cameras at you, the viewers of Michigan Out of Doors, because it's really not a show about Jimmy Gretzinger, Jordan Brown, Jenny Olson. It's really about you, the sportsmen and women of Michigan. And that's why it's worked for so many years, back to the early 1950s with Morton Neff, Fred Trost, Bob Garner, all those that came before. It was really about telling the story of the Michigan sportsmen and women. And that's what we want to continue to do. So thank you for your pledge of support over the years that you've made. We want to continue to have Michigan Out of Doors on public broadcasting. Now's your time as sportsmen to go to those phones, make that pledge of support to the number on the bottom of the screen. Thank you for what you've done in the past. Thank you for what you're doing tonight. And hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.